see you tomorrow, everybody.
We're all in.
One of the most serious breaches of classified intelligence he's seen. That's from the top Democrat on the House Intel Committee about recent leaks. This is Special Report. Good evening, I'm Bret Baier. Top lawmakers on Capitol Hill agree too much sensitive national security information is making its way into your newspapers, televisions, and computers. What they cannot agree on is why, and whether the Obama administration is playing politics with American lives. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has tonight's top story.
The leadership of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees were blunt.
This has to stop. When people say they don't want to work with the United States because they can't trust us to keep a secret, that's serious.
When you have the kind of leaks that have been coming out in the last few weeks, it put lives in danger.
Without providing details, lawmakers said they are crafting legislation to curb the leaks of classified information, which have recently included the Stuxnet computer virus in Iran's nuclear program, the Predator drone campaign, and a new al-Qaeda plot.
We need to put together a policy that people know what the policy is. If you violate that policy, you're going to be held accountable.
On the foiled underwear bomb plot, which leaked in early May, involving a device similar to this one, the chair of the House Intelligence Committee said the facts are disconcerting.
The committee has material suggesting that the agencies were directed to expand the scope of classified information they gave to the press. We know in some cases someone from a segment of the media was present in a classified setting.
As for the leak's source, Rogers suggested the Department of Justice, or DOJ, may be possible.
The DOJ's National Security Division has recused itself from at least one element of the investigation, suggesting some of these leaks could have come from the sources within the DOJ or the FBI.
Congressman Rogers walked back that claim late today, saying the recusal show the investigation is complicated. The principals on both committees declined to say whether the leaks may be politically motivated. Brett?
Catherine, thank you. Joining me now to talk about this is Georgia Senator Saxby Chambliss, the top Republican and Vice Chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Senator, thanks for being here.
Good to be with you, Brett.
You met today with the National Intelligence Director, James Clapper. What is the talk here about this, and how serious the administration is taking it about these leaks?
Well, I hope the administration is taking it just as serious as we are. I know where General Clapper is. He is furious. He's outraged because what's happened here, Brett, is something that I've never seen in my now 18 years in public office and 10 years on the intelligence committees, and that is this. Number one, we always are very careful about the kind of information that we put out there that we get in a classified setting. You have to be extremely careful not to expose sources and methods. What we've done here, what we've seen here with the articles that have come out in the press is that sources their lives are put in jeopardy. Our methods are shown to the enemy. If we are gathering intelligence in the way that is purported that we are, then the Iranians know what we're doing, AQAP knows what we're doing, al-Qaeda knows what we're doing. So sources and methods are jeopardized.
So do you believe this is about politics, trying to make the president look better?
You know, I would hope not, but when you have newspaper articles that delineate in detail specific operations, and you have quotes from individuals who are members of the administration, you have unnamed sources who are an Obama aide or a high administration official, then it gives certainly cause for wonder. That's why Senator McCain and I have called for a special counsel to be appointed and let them look into it and let them figure this out.
Well, the White House Press Secretary Jay Carney was asked about this again today. Here's what he said, quote, "Any suggestion that the White House has leaked sensitive information for political purposes has no basis in fact and has been denied by the authors themselves." He was asked then a question. There have been calls from Congress, including from you, for an independent counsel to investigate that. Is that something the president would agree to? Carney said no. As I said, the president takes this very seriously. I refer to you to agencies that are tasked with investigating these kinds of matters. Your reaction?
If they have come out early on and said, no, we don't think a special counsel is necessary, that gives you cause for wonder. If they have nothing to hide, what are they concerned about with respect to a special counsel? I mean, it's pretty obvious that some folks in the administration used poor judgment at best, release classified information at worst. Now, it's not just limited to this administration, and this is not political on our part per se, but you know, everything in this town, frankly, is political. But this is such a serious violation that we have lives that are put in jeopardy as a result of the release of this information. And we have our position in the intelligence community. We are the leader in the intelligence world. And now you've got our allies who are saying, whoa, wait a minute, why should we cooperate with you when that information is going to be on the front page of the New York Times?
And Democrats, Senator Feinstein, Congressman Ruppersberger, they're as engaged on this as you are?
Oh, absolutely. Diane is just as furious as she can be, and Ruppersberger likewise.
I want to ask you about one other topic that we haven't spent a lot of time on, and this is this swatting, which is basically... well, explain it and say why it's a problem. And you sent a letter to Attorney General Holder.
Well, what's happened in 3 specific instances that we know about in 3 different parts of the country. It just happens that they're conservative bloggers, conservative news reporters have received calls, they're 911 calls or calls into law enforcement offices have gone out claiming that they are the individual blogger themselves and that either somebody in their house has been shot or there's some act of violence taking place and we need you to send your SWAT teams in right now. And what's happened is law enforcement agencies have gone in, and when these individuals receive a knock at the door, they open their door thinking it's just some neighbor or whoever, and all of a sudden they're SWAT teams with helicopters and guns drawn, and thank goodness to this point in time nobody has been hurt, but it's a wild and crazy thing, and I don't know whether federal laws have been broken or not, but it doesn't seem that anybody at the federal level is paying attention to this, and we've asked the Attorney General to look into it.
Well, we'll follow it as well. Senator, thank you very much for your time.
Always good to be with you, Bret.
U.S. officials tell Fox News there are hundreds of